my time with this, sitting here with wine and shit. My mama said, boy, you must got your fucking mouth for this. In the deck, these niggas out here know they Looney Tune. Out here rapping, but they know they really capping too. Ear to the streets, y'all punks really messy. I really got them out here choosing like who. So never think that you can play me like a fool. So this was all a game, so I'm done with you. I blame me, and you blame me. I blame me.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our next guest has been here before. He's caused controversies then, and I'm sure this time will be no different. His new single, I Blame Me, hits all streaming services this Friday, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary alike. I always mess up that word. Please welcome back to the Pink Clubhouse, Rico Cassadine.
Welcome back, Rico. Well, Rico, welcome back to season 2 of the Pink Clubhouse. Tell us, what have you been up to since
I've been
last season?
working. I have been working.
Mm-hmm.
I have been on the move. I have been healing. I have been working on my mental, physical, and spiritual.
Okay.
And you got blonde hair.
And I have
Right.
blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I love that. Rico, you are an actor, a rapper, and a reality TV star who keeps the people on their toes.
I try.
Out of all that you do, which do you enjoy more, and which are you more passionate about at this point?
I love all of them equally. Everything I do, I put my whole 110% into it. So it's not I love one more than the other. I'm an overall entertainer. I love entertaining, period.
Okay. Entertainer of the year.
Thank you.
Rico, based on the name of your single and some of the antics we've seen thus far, many would paint you as a villain, but villains cry too. How would you describe some of the things you've been through over the last few months?
First of all, you can't paint me to be a villain when I only tell the truth. Now, what you can do is you can twist it, make yourself feel like you're right. And when you group up with a team of people, it's easy to make someone seem some way when they're not.
Mm. Okay, so who's painted you? Oh, that's probably.
Well, we definitely see the group that got together that made the hate train for Rico, but it's all right because when you don't want to accept what you've done wrong, it's easy to team up with a group of people that did the same person wrong, make them to be the crazy person.
Right, it's like the Power Rangers. At this point.
You don't want to make yourself look bad, and especially when you know what other people have done to one person. When the person who's got hurt is the vocal one, it's easy for everyone who did the hurting to play victim and make themselves seem like they didn't do nothing.
Right.
I agree.
I mean, via your IG, you've shown and talked about your journey when it comes to working out and losing weight. Mm-hmm. There's been moments in heated controversy where your weight has been talked about. How does your weight affect you, or what they say about your weight, and how do you feel deal with the comments on your body?
Well, it did hurt me a long time ago, but I have to accept it. It ain't stopped me from getting no dick, as we know that, and it ain't stopped me from bagging the things that I want to bag. As you see, I've gotten rid of a lot of trash lately, so I mean, hey. My weight ain't stopped nothing so far, and baby, it seems like my Yelp reviews ain't went down either. So I guess my weight is a problem for anyone.
Okay, yo,
I'm gonna steal that. Okay, wait.
Gotta see those reviews now.
Now, Rico, you were here on the Pink Clubhouse a few months ago, and you made reference to a person you were dating that used you to get fame. Fast forward to when the cast of The Deception was on the show, there were rumblings of the mistress and you having some issues. Why do you think you were used for fame, and were you actually cheated on?
No. Okay, so first of all, let me clarify, because people think that cheating has to be something physical. when you're in a certain type of relationship, and if you have certain boundaries and things that go on, when you cross those boundaries and those lines, those are the things that hurt the most. It wasn't a cheating situation where somebody slept with someone. It was that the trust that was given was betrayed. And that hurt the most. Because I don't trust easy, I don't give easy. So when I gave that person my all and they used me to further their selves and then caused a lot of behind the scenes drama, which everybody gave that person grace, because you know that picture where it says the villain and then the actual villain.
Mm-hmm.
People seem to love to, when it's a vocal person who is vocalizing what has been done to them, they love to blame just the actions of that person, not the actions of all people, because with every action comes a reaction, and my reaction is never going to be what somebody expects it to be, because I'm not them and they're not me. But what they do is they forgave the person who caused the actions that happened, that made the reaction, but they could not forgive they couldn't forgive me for my actions. So I think that's weird that they all sided with the person who caused all the behind the scenes drama and strife on the set, which caused me to act in a certain type of way. I don't give a damn how old you are. You don't know what will happen to you or how you handle a situation when a person plays with your emotions and plays with your mind and plays with your heart. That's why we have a show called Snap, for that reason right there. So I've accepted the fact that my actions caused a lot of things and that people don't want to forgive me for my actions. But that's the guilty conscience, because people know what they did to get those actions, and they want grace for them, but they don't want to give the same grace that they got.
Now, you said that this person used you for fame. How do you feel they used you for fame?
Well, when I say fame, I have a lot of connections. And when I get into a relationship, I want to build my partner up, and I'll put my partner on no matter what. And in this relationship, I am the more well-known. I was the more well-known person, more connections. So, yes, they did get a lot of benefits from being with me. And, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do when you have a partner or a boyfriend. You're supposed to help your person grow and go. But the thing that hurt the most was you waited to play on something that I created. Like the disrespect of you doing what you did on a set where I helped put together a show to give numerous people opportunities, because there wouldn't have been a show if I didn't come to the table with it. And I hand selected everyone to be a part because of the fact that I know these people get overlooked and they don't get the opportunities. And for you to come on that set and start a bunch of behind the scenes drama and a bunch of mess, because you went on a platform and agreed, actually all of them went on a platform and agreed that he did say he was playing with my emotions. And he did say he knew what it looked like. And he said he understood how I felt. So that means you understood that you went on a set and caused a bunch of chaos and confusion because you just probably didn't want to be in a relationship anymore. Instead of being an adult and just waiting until everything was over, you did it while we were on the set. And it caused me to react in a certain type of way. Yes, we're all adults and we could do what we need to do to be an adult, but bitch, you can't tell me how you would react in a situation when someone that you're giving your all to is playing with you.
Right.
So, yeah, it's a lot. It was that blame Rico, and everybody gang up against Rico. And I don't care if anybody says that Rico plays the victim. When you run the Carfax and you see that there was an interview given to where people were sitting there saying, yeah, I know we were dating, I know we were fucking, I know we were doing all that, but we weren't together. Those aren't the text messages that I have. Those aren't the conversations that I had with you. But it's easy for you to try to make yourself look like you were the victim when you actually were the shit stirrer. And you knew what you were doing. And when shit went left to the point where you couldn't control it anymore, it went out of hand. Now you're paranoid, scared, and upset because of the fact that you knew what you did, but you didn't expect a street bitch to be a street bitch.
Okay, and I do want to talk to the street bitch. Now, the person, Tay G, is...
Please don't mention his name to me, but if we can just refer to him as that person or the person on the show, please don't speak his name to me.
Okay, so now you are on the show, The Deception, and you did create...
I came up with the concept, I came up with the characters, and I brought the show to the table. And let's clarify some things. And my co-creator, I want to say, I love that how he's going around speaking on it, saying that he did this and this, but he never stated how he didn't want to be a part of it when I first initially started it. I got the cast together, I got all the meetings together, I got the first bit of filming done before he actually came on and became a part of it, because he stated that he did not want to do it at first. And then once I got the ball rolling and got everything going, he came in and he took over and he started doing everything after I got everything started.
Right. So now with all this going on, is that person going to be a part of season 2? Because the show's good.
I no longer have any control over that show. They ousted me. They gang together and they ousted me because the owner of the network, because of the things that he did and he didn't want to admit to, in the way I came to him and talked to him about how I felt about how he did things, he no longer wanted to work with me. So they're taking my show, and my co-creator is continuing without me. But you can't knock me off the name because I created it. So I'm still I still am a creator of the show, but he's continue writing and keep going. So I don't know what they're doing. I bless their soul, love them down, keep winning, keep doing it. I'm glad that I can give people that opportunity to shine like that.
So it's giving me like a Married to Medicine Mariah Huck situation where are you going to be like listed as a co-creator for the rest of the time the show? Okay.
And if they do take that off, if they take me off as the co-creator, I might have to take legal action because I did take that show. And if I don't get paid for it, I might have to take legal action too.
Wow. That's kind of crazy. Well, I hope that you definitely do the right thing with that, because I don't like seeing
people aren't telling the full side of the story. They're only telling the story to make them look good. But everyone know what happened behind closed doors. Everyone know what took place, and everybody knows how I was mistreated. I was treated like I didn't know what I was doing. I was talked down to. I was made to feel unwanted, and I was kind of sort of like moved over between my co-creator and the owner of the show because of the fact that they think just because they're more versed and well known about what was going on, that I didn't have any kind of input that could help, or anything I said was always overtalked, or they belittled it, or it was a lot. It was a lot that I dealt with, and nobody really can see what they did. They just only saw my reaction to things.
So based on this situation, in the future, will you find like and I don't mean any like shade at all with this question, find a better way to protect yourself, because that's a crazy situation. Like,
in the future, I will no longer allow me to go anything without having paperwork done to where I get my credit for it. Because I've already had one incident with the owner of that network where he did not give me credit for something that I did for him. And I thought that we fixed that, but seeing how he is, I think that it didn't work out how I thought it was going to work out. He didn't respect my part of it. So from here on, because my co-creator did go behind my back and did do some legal paperwork without talking to me about it, and did a lot of stuff behind my back without me knowing. From here on out, if I ever am to go further and do anything else, I will legally take action to make sure that I'm covered with anything that is mine.
Right. And that's just something for everyone to know out there too. Like listening to this.
People are your friends when it comes to money, because as we see, people will backstab you, lie on you, and make you out to be the person that did everything.
Wow. Now, this Friday, your new single "I Blame Me" will be releasing on all streaming platforms. Can you talk about?
The song actually was pre-ordered last Friday. It came out for pre-order last Friday. The song comes out December 20th.
I'm sorry, okay.
The song is a little bit is an interlude into what my project is going to be about. I'm doing a whole project covering everything that happened this summer. Talking about all the different emotions I did, from people on the show doing what they did to the breakup and the distrust that was given, all that. It's going to be a full project. I Blame Me starts off with me taking accountability for the things that I did to cause some of the things that happened. Because yes, my actions did cause me not to be a part of the rest of production. So that hurt. And the arguments between me and some of the people caused me to be ousted on a lot of the promotional things. Like I was not invited and was not allowed to come to the preview of the show. And I was not allowed or asked to join any of the promotions of this. So the project, I blame me. It's taking accountability for what I did. And I'm going to talk about it on my next project, which I can give y'all an exclusive. The name of it is going to be called My Life.
Okay.
And I have a title track on there called My Life that speaks about what I'm about. A lot of people, especially with that, like to say I'm about mess and I was messy, but that's not what I started that show to give people the same kind of opportunity that I was given. Because that's what my whole career has been based off of, proving that if I can do it, anybody else can do it.
Right.
And when I'm given the opportunity to bring on people who don't normally get those opportunities, I jumped to the occasion. I reached out to Mikhail and got Mikhail to help write it. I reached out to every actor and actress because I saw something in them that I feel they could have brought to the project. And obviously, I have a great idea. It's a great body of work.
It is, actually, yeah.
Yeah, it is a great body of work. Let me ask you this, Rico. Now that your time has ended with that, that series, moved away from that, will there be more acting for you in the future?
Yeah.
And if so, what's your dream role?
My dream role, I don't have a dream role. I just love to flex my muscles. I love to play all different kinds of things. I actually talked about it earlier. I'm in the process of trying to maneuver my way out of the web world into the mainstream. I already had a little spat of luck with the other black girl, with me being one more mainstream, because I love YouTube down, but you don't make any real money off of this. Most of the shows that we did for that company, we didn't get paid for. So I want to make a move to where this is something I actually can make my career and make money off of.
Right. And speaking of the other black girl, that was actually one of the questions. Since you've had that experience of working on that set, like how has that kind of like changed for you, like your outlook on acting?
Working on a real professional set with professionals that actually conduct themselves in a professional, totally different than what I'm used to, because we're working with other companies and working with the company that I'm affiliated with, it's so totally different. They're not messy. They don't try to get into your personal life. They don't try to befriend your boyfriend and invite them over for secret card games. It's a professional environment, unlike the things that I was used to.
Yeah, I feel like this album is going to be something to
You've been through a lot, so I can tell a lot of your experiences are about to like really
definitely
pour into what you're about to get ready to put out for the public.
This year alone, I went through a lot. That break took a lot out of me. I am in therapy. I've literally was a point where I was at my lowest to where I wanted to leave. I wanted to go. I did not want to be here anymore because of the fact that the hurt and the pain is so hard to have people that cause your friend backstab you and turn on you and make you out to be a villain, knowing that they did stuff to actually cause certain reactions from you, sitting around talking about how entertaining it was to see me go through they literally said that they were entertained by watching the drama that was unfolding on stage, all behind the scenes. So
on
the deception, co-creation for the person that filmed it. It was told to me that they enjoyed watching the mess happen in the fold, and it was there, and they loved people loved not to be unprofessional, but the whole process of working with them was unprofessional. A lot of it was unprofessional. And I'm priding myself now on learning mentally what to do next to make me more professional and on when I deal with these people, because I don't want to let people have that opportunity to try to badmouth me in the media to make themselves look good, knowing that they did something to cause those reactions that happened. And nobody ever talks about the cause, but they only talk about the reaction. Like I said, the things that I did were not mature. It was not a big look for me. But you can't blame me solely everything on me when it was more than just me involved. But nobody gave me that grace. But they ended up giving the person who caused most of the drama the grace.
Right. I mean, I want to, because our questions we have a bunch of questions for you, actually. Now, I want to know if being on reality TV has made you, well, we see a lot on reality TV, like a lot of people try to go for the jugular, right? Do you feel like because of maybe some of the past trauma you may have, I don't know if you have, But do you feel like you have to hit very low? Was like
No, I feel like people think that they watch me on the reality TV. They think that they have to come at that because that's how people come at me.
mhm.
People don't get to know me. They think they by watching what they see on the show that that's what they're going to get in their life, which is the problem with a lot of the people that I worked with.
Mhm.
That the person they watched on the show was the person I am. It didn't give me the opportunity to be myself.
Mhm.
And they tend to want to go low first, or they want to hit me first, and then they want to cry when I hit back. And I'm not going to hit you. I'm not going to give you a love tap, bitch. If you want to slap me, bitch, I'm going to drag you. And I don't care if I go too low, because there's no such thing as going low when somebody unintentionally does something to you for no reason.
Mm. Now, you don't think, and I'm just asking, okay, because I want you to be able to say your piece. You don't think going too low is someone's mother in the hospital and you say she should
clarify that, because he's running around with that narrative, but he never plays the part or tells the part where the first thing he said, that's why your mother has cancer. Because I told him in private that my mother had a cancer scare.
Oh, wow.
And then my rebuttal to that was because information also. So when you brought up my mother's personal information, all been off and dying.
Wow. Yeah, we didn't get that part.
They don't tell, like I said, they don't tell what they say to get reaction from me. Because the first thing I said was I talked about what the rent, the whole him using his money to put into a budget on something that we weren't going to reciprocate from, and I told him that he didn't have to spend that money on that, but he took his money and paid for a venue that he could not afford at the time. And when I brought it back up and I threw it back in the argument, that's when it came up. That's why your mother has cancer, and I said, and that's why your mother's dying.
Wow.
But nobody ever looks at what they say to me. They just look at my response to that.
Well, Rico, you've talked about, you just talked about like being in therapy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you, now that you're in therapy, in your own opinion, what are the steps that you've taken just to try to be a better version of Rico?
Being able to forgive without having an apology. And people are going to do things in your life, and you have to learn how to be okay and move on without an apology. I'm fine. I am okay with the hate train. I'm okay with them dogging my name because I know what. And the only thing I can say is that karma is going to one day come back in some type, way, shape, or form. And it might not be karma that I would like. It might be in the success of me and them having to watch me succeed because of the fact that they talk so negatively and talk down about me. Which is the reason why things happen how it happened. But God knows I'm a good person. They wouldn't have even had the show if it wasn't for me. They wouldn't even been sitting there in the positions that they were in if it was not for me. Because none of them had this idea and came up with it. None of them did it. I did it. So they're together and working because of me. And and what brings me joy is to know that no matter what they do, how they spin it, or how many seasons they go, they can never erase me. They can never take me out because they're together because of me. They met each other because of me.
Right.
Show because of me. Whether they like it or not, they can never say that show is theirs because I created it. I am the reason why that show is on that network.
Yeah, I mean, that's something bigger than everything. You know what I mean? Like, that no one can take away from you ever.
Any success that show has is going to still be credited towards me too. Because regardless of what happens or what goes on, the show wouldn't have happened if I didn't come up with it and I didn't bring it to the table.
Right. And that's the thing about karma, and you can't want revenge. You know what I mean? You have to let things play out.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that I don't know you personally, but I do really hope that you do allow that. I don't know.
I'm living and I'm learning.
Yeah.
People give me the grace to understand. I'm learning. I'm not perfect. Nobody is God, and if you're perfect, please pray for me so I could be like you. If you're perfect, please pray for me so I could be like you, because the only person I know that was perfect is God. Everybody is going to make mistakes in life. And I'm learning. I'm new to all of this. I'm learning as I go. And if I make a mistake or if I do something wrong, I can take accountability. That's the difference between me and their narcissistic ways. They're never going to take accountability for what they did, but I can sit here and apologize for the actions that I did, the things that I did, which I have. I reached out to everyone individually and apologized. They never said that. They never talk about the fact that I have reached out and apologized to everyone.
Well, they did. Mikkel did say that. He did say that. But so do you think that there's any chance of? Oh.
Tamika.
I'm
saying no because I don't want to go through that. I've been stabbed in my back and in my face by people I considered my friends.
Right.
Mikkel watched me sit there, cry on the phone with him day in and day out for 2 months over a man who intentionally tried to hurt and embarrass me. I have nothing for those people. Wesley sat there and knew how much I wanted to be in a relationship and watched someone play in my face and encouraged it and laughed about it. And then brought it up to him. Only thing he can say is, I'm sorry you feel that way. After he just went through the things that he went through, and you're going through something like that with your ex, and when I'm going through it, you have no kind of remorse or empathy for me. No, I have nothing for those people. Wish them well, blessings and kindness, and I have no problem with them. I have no ill intentions or will toward them. I wish them nothing but the best, and I hope God blesses them. But I'm on to bigger and better, and God is going to make a way for me. Not one monkey gonna stop no show when it comes to me.
Okay.
I have walked away from so much more where I was making so much more money than what I was making off of that. And I still have been blessed and I have still found my way. So I wish them all the best. I still have love for them. And I just I don't think that I could ever trust or want to be around them again.
Right.
Because I was able to apologize to them, but I have yet to receive any kind of apology from them.
So do you think that this is kind of like an Atlanta thing, or
everybody's fake here? Everybody's fake in Atlanta. Everybody just wants to be famous and be on the come up, and that's what that was. They were so entwined with the fact that they thinking that this show is going to be the jump start of this and that. They were going to get catapulted. That they would rather fuck me over and fuck my feelings to put that show out. That and I mean it's a great show and I'm thankful for it. But to run over somebody, to isolate the real person that brought the deal to the table for them, it was some very shiesty shit they did, and I've forgiven them, and I don't hate them, but everybody in Atlanta is fake to a certain extent.
So what about your co-stars of Chasing? Have they rallied behind you during this?
My friends are my friends, Tonka and Jay. Tonka and Jay have been there through it all. They've sat and cried with me. They've sat and held my hand when I was going through it. They still give me love, knowing how hard it is for me to deal with the fact that I was ousted from a show that I came up with and created and brought to the table. That's a hard thing to accept, and they have been there for me the entire time. Watching people who talk bad about each other now link up and talk bad about me. Has interesting to watch, and it's been a lot. It's been a lot, and I thank my friends. Even Dominique and all of them have in their own type of way been there for me in this process.
Right. That's beautiful. Well, so you do have a support system, yeah. And I'm hoping that you don't want to go forward with any kind of thoughts like that where you didn't want to be here anymore.
Well, I mean, that's what therapy has done, and I've worked on myself a lot because that was my first relationship, and I was actually in love of that person. And that person knew everything that hurt me and used it all against me in that process.
Wow.
So that's a very hard thing for me to do, to know that I finally gave someone trust and they took everything that I told them and turned it around and used it against me in the end. They used my, my insecurities against me.
Wow. And you guys were together for
almost. It would have been a year. It would have been a year. November 12th.
Oh, wow. Well, look, I don't want to keep talking about those people at all.
Shout out to the Deception, great show. Love y'all. Enjoy y'all season 2. Blessings, and I hope God looks after y'all. What's going on?
So. All right. So I do like the snippet you sent me of I Blame Me. And that's coming out very soon, December 18th.
Huh?
December 18th?
December 20th.
Okay. What took you in the direction sonically, the sound of that song?
I wanted a new move. I don't want to be labeled a rapper. I'm an artist, and I've always said that. And I knew that I write for different people and different artists. And I took it's been a minute since I did music because I have been writing for different artists. I've been writing for I've been writing a rap group. Shout out to Virgo Gang and shout out to T Rosie. Those are the people I for my talent. And, once I saw that I could do it for them, I said, why not do it for myself?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't just want to yell on the track no more. I actually wanted to show my emotions and my feelings in what I was saying as I was saying it out my mouth. So I worked very hard on getting things lined up to where it sounded and made sense to me. And I hope that the public feels and sees it in the same light.
I think they will. I definitely enjoyed what I heard so far. So is that going to be the direction for your new album?
Mm-hmm. We're going to be a mix of Afro beats. I'm gonna have classic Rico on there. It's going to be a mix of what I like right now.
Right. Okay. Well, do you have anything coming up for the end of the year? Any performances? Any kind of?
I am ducking off, and y'all gonna see 2024 brand new and everything.
Okay. Butter. You got any?
No, I don't.
But I think that I know that they're gonna think that I'm attacking them, but I don't have any ill will. I thank God that they were actually put in my life because the situations that I went through this year with them has and I for that because I was coasting and I was okay with everything that was going on. And they shook my world. And I needed my world to be shaken to realize that I wasn't doing what I needed to do as an individual, as a man and as an individual. And it now makes me more cautious and more aware of how I do things and who I hang around and who I bring around me. And I really thank Mikhail. I really thank Tay. I really thank Wes for what happened to me this year. Because I see the blessing in everything that happened to me this year.
Right.
What me being ousted from that, me being hurt and played with has taken me in a different direction in life and has made me understand that I still have a way to go with loving myself and understanding what I like and what I need out of life.
Right.
So I really thank them. I don't hate them. I do wish healing over their heart because I know that they know that some of the things that they did were fucked up.
Right.
And I forgive them. And I hope they forgive me. Because I'm not saying that what I did was right at all. I was very childish. I was very immature about the situation. But I've never been in that kind of situation or dealt with any of that in my life.
Right.
So I didn't know how to handle it.
Right.
All I know is that the people that I call my friends and the people that I love and the people that I would bend over backwards for were being very, very shiesty, very, very trifling. And I didn't understand why. So I still love them. I still have love for all of them. I wish them nothing but the best. And I hope God blesses them because God is going to bless me. Like this situation, another big situation is going to happen for me.
Right. Well, the one thing I do want to say is, let them go. It seems like you are, and we will talk to you. I hope soon enough.
Yes, sir. And I hate that. I really wanted to talk to you guys because I really wanted to go in depth to show what him. My dad had an incident today, so I'm picking up him something to eat from this restaurant. He's at the hospital right now. But I really wanted to talk to y'all, and I really wanted to tell my piece because I know how they feel about me, and I know what they think about me, and I just want them to know that that's not my mindset.
Right.
I'm so on a different level at this point, and I just want the same grace that everybody else gets.
Well, you have it with me, and I'm sorry I didn't get to get back to you when you messaged us, but Nathaniel told, I'm sorry, Butta told us what was going on. So I'm hoping everything's going to be okay with your dad, and we'll talk soon, definitely.
And I thank y'all.
For coming on.
I was gonna still try to make because I didn't know, but I was still gonna try my best. And I thank y'all for this opportunity, and I love y'all.
Thanks.
Please support the single. The pre-link is in the bio, my link in my bio on my page. Please support Watch ACTV Network. Please support and watch The Deception. It's a great show. The actors are beautiful and they're great. The writing is amazing. The acting is amazing. And the direction of the show, the way it was shot was amazing. We did our thing. All drama. And I hate how it ended because it could have been such a million pieces occasion for all of us. But it was clouded by drama and bullshit. And, you know, I take ownership for my part in it. And I do apologize for my part in it. But I'm just blessed that I was able to create a body of work like that because I've always wanted to do something in that realm, in that nature.
And you did it.
So it was great to see my idea come from my head and be on television.
And you did it, and I like it. So I know I'm proud for you. Yeah.
Yes. So I just want everybody to love it. The place I am in my life right now, I just want love, peace, and grace. Even with the drama with Chasing Atlanta. Well, I ain't in no drama. I'm having a great year. Even with that type of thing, that's my mindset with that. I just want peace, love, and grace. Because everybody, the one thing I'm taking away from therapy is that grace needs to be given. Because we are all walking on this earth, learning how to live here. Nobody is perfect. And if you're perfect, pray for everybody else to be like you.
Right. Okay, Rico Cassadine, y'all make sure y'all stream I Blame Me.
Purchase it, please. Purchase
it. Yeah. How much you listening for? So we get y'all $1 together, right?
Can't even get a promo for $1.
Right. Do a few purchases. Go on a few accounts.
Please. Because I'm a starving artist. Help me, I'm poor.
As we are. All right, Rico. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. I'm happy